How many people here would love to become better presenters by the time that we finish our session here today? Let me see you guys. Awesome. Very good. And how many people here understand that communication works for those that work hard at it? Let me hear say aye. Aye. Awesome. Now, I can promise you guys that you will become better presenters by the time we finish our session here today if we do one thing together. So everybody go like this. If we fully engage. What's the word? Fully engage. How many words is that? 2. I'm excited that you guys are here today. I promise you that you will definitely become better presenters by the time we finish this seminar today. Now, there's a saying, and it goes something like this. It says that 85% of success is just one thing. It's just, what do you guys think it is? Showing up. Showing up. Wow. Then yes. So you guys are here. So I want you guys to do me a big favor. I want you to actually reach out both hands. Go ahead and reach out both hands. Turn to your neighbor, give him a pat on the back, and say congratulations for being here today. A pretty awesome audience here. If you do nothing, what's going to happen? Nothing, right? So we all know that money is replenishable, but what's the one thing that you can never get back? Your time. Your time, right? You know, let's kind of think about it, guys. If you were to start a business today, there's a couple of different, methods that you would probably use. Some of the methods that are used are email marketing, right? YouTube, video marketing, right? What else we got? We got network events. Who here has ever come home with a pocket full of business cards? Yeah? And nothing really happened from that, right? Like no business came out of it, right? So a lot of the stuff that we're going to cover, I think, is going to be, kind of eye-opening. So Facebook ads. And who here has actually run a Facebook ad before? And now put your other hand up if you've actually, made money with the Facebook ad. Okay, cool. And now put both hands up if you didn't make as much as you thought you were going to make. Okay, 6 flags. Here's the thing, guys. Let's be honest here, okay? Now, sometimes, not all the time, a lot of these techniques, what they do is they actually bring you a lot more fans, a lot more likes, hearts, shares, right? Am I right? But it's hard to produce, predictable revenue, right? So my whole kind of agenda here today is to show you guys how public speaking mastery is a route, a pathway to producing, say it, it's right on the board, predictable revenue. What is it again? Predictable revenue, guys. I'm talking about predictable, not like once a month, twice a month, but it's cha-ching, 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 predictable revenue. So that's one way. And at the same time, it's this is obviously my belief, but it's my way of thinking that you can reach your route to happiness. Because if you can come up here and have confidence in front of a group of people, basically all your one-on-one presentations become a walk in the park. When you talk to family members, to friends, etc., that becomes super, super easy, right? So, who here has ever felt self-conscious before? Especially when like all eyes are on you and you're about to tell a story, right? And then you get off to a good start, there I was, or true story, and then as soon as you notice, like, oh my God, all these eyeballs, you start to kind of freak out a little bit, right? Maybe a little heart beating a little bit faster, right? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? So I believe that if we can eradicate that feeling, that it's going to give us a feeling of happiness in our life. And at the same time, who here wants to also make money? Say, Ariel, show me the money. Very good, very good. Now, think about it like this, guys. If you run your own business, who is the top salesperson for your organization? Who do you guys think it is? Sam. Yes. Yes, and usually it's us, right? Usually we're the top salesperson for our organization. Now, check this out, guys, the value of public speaking. And some of you guys maybe haven't even thought about public speaking marketing and the fact that you need to do more live events consistently because it's going to bring predictable revenue into your business. Imagine if you could clone 100 yous, right? representing your business, but not handing out packets with business cards and brochures, right? But sitting down with your ideal prospects and walking them through the buyer journey. How many people know what I'm talking about, right? There's questions. I got to talk to the wife. There's objections. Let me think about it. Let me do my due diligence, right? Well, that usually takes about, what, an hour to 90 minutes in a consultation. Well, what if you actually had 100 of yous to do that for you for free? Who thinks that would be valuable if you had 100 yous taking people through 90-minute presentations representing your product? Anybody? Yes?
Yes.
Anybody? Yes?
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. Everything is energy. Everything is what?
Energy.
Very good, very good. Turn to your neighbor, give him a high five, say, I'm in the right room this morning. What's going to happen here is I'm going to teach you guys as much as I can for like 90 minutes. I'm also going to give you guys an opportunity to come up here and see what it feels like to do your own little mini seminar. And then for those of you that want to take your training further, I promise to create an opportunity at the end where we can do that. So does that sound fair, guys? Like a good agenda? Yeah? Okay, cool. So kind of talked about it. We're going to do the lights, camera, action, as you can see. We don't like to do anything small. We like to do it at the big time level. And we also are going to get you guys up here. Tony Robbins told me years ago, feedback is the breakfast of champions, right? Who's ever heard that saying before, right? So we are going to actually try, if we have time, to watch some of these videos. We're going to turn off the lights, all the lights. It's going to be pretty cool. There's popcorn on the fourth floor. No, I'm just kidding. There's no popcorn here. But we're going to turn off the lights, hopefully, if we have time, and then actually maybe like watch some of these presentations. Because one of the things that we do inside our 90-day bootcamp is we turn this into a silver screen. Not a flat screen, a silver screen, so you can kind of see yourself like up close and personal. Who thinks that would be valuable to get that kind of feedback of how you present?
Yes.
Right? Absolutely.
Hi, my name is C.A. Washington, and I'm the Executive Director of the Image and Etiquette Institute. I've been working with Ariel for almost a year now, and I have grown my business exponentially by becoming a better speaker. I can listen to someone else give a keynote now and listen and see all of the components of what they're doing and know if they really have perfected their game or not. And I feel like I am definitely a better speaker. I communicate better from the stage and in person, and I would highly recommend Ariel's Mastermind program if you were thinking about just becoming more of a polished professional, or if you want to spend more time connecting and building relationships, or if you just want to build your brand and kind of progress your life in a great way. Thanks, Ariel.
Atlanta Public Speaking has really been an awesome environment to be able to mastermind with other public speakers and budding entrepreneurs. The tools that I leave this group with, these are tools that I'm going to use over and over and over again to increase the revenue of my business. And these are tools that I can now utilize for my business, for my clients. I've learned a lot of awesome techniques here to be able to really take advantage of my base of knowledge that I already had, but also to expand and broaden my horizons, really stretch myself, because being in this environment, people have really challenged me to be more than I am. They've challenged me to stretch myself. They've challenged me to just improve to a level that, when I started here, I was like here, and I leave here, and I'm like here. So, if you're doubting your time with Atlanta Public Speaking, I gotta tell you, why? If not you, then who? And if not when, why not now?
See, a lot of my clients, they come to me and they've taken public speaking classes at the collegiate level before. Raise your hand if you've taken a college public speaking class before. What do they really teach you, right? They teach you to create Roman numeral 1 outline, thesis statement, words, statements, Roman numeral 2, and all this like words. See, the thing is, your brain doesn't think like that. Your brain thinks in terms of pictures. Think about it. You came here, you pulled out a phone, and Google Maps showed you a blue picture of I-85, right? It didn't like language you to death, did it? because then we got to talk to, Google, right? So here's the thing. I want you to put one word per bubble, one word per circle. All the legs are the same. They have the same purpose, which is to open the presentation. I'll give you an example. Let's say I start off with questions, right? I'll come up here and I'll ask a couple of questions. And when you come up here, you'll ask a couple questions. So how many people here would love to become better presenters by the time we finish our session here today? Let me see you guys. Very good. And how many people here understand that communication works for those that work hard at it? Let me hear say aye, right? Aye. There you go. So thank you. So that was a series of enrolling questions. Then we move over. This is where the soccer comes in. We move over to the preview, right? So today, you're in the right room because we're going to cover, and then what are the 3 tables that you put over there? The 3 tables. There's 3 tables. Remember, you got to circle 3, right? One word, not a bunch of words, one word. So if my 3 tables is how to create content with no notes, how to get unlimited traffic for your seminars, and how to make an offer from the stage, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put content, traffic, and offer. You guys with me so far?
Okay.
Yeah? Okay, so one word for the tables, right? We start with the opening leg. The preview is nothing more but stating what the tables are, right? Today I'm going to talk about X, Y, Z. And then you go into the background. But before we get started, before we get into our main talk today, would it be okay if I just tell you guys a little bit about myself? Right? So this is where you tell them your name. My name is da 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 da. Now here's where you need to put the CC, stands for challenges and credibility. You want to put that right early in the background right there. What's it stand for? Challenges and credibility. So I'm from a communist country, from Romania. My dad had to do a 35-day hunger strike, right? I came here, I was terrible at public speaking. Challenges, right? Credibility. Today we have a good fortune of coaching professionals from Coca-Cola, from IBM, from Uber Eats, Credibility, right? All right, so who wants to give it a try? Anybody? All right, come on up. What's your name? Well, hey. I saw you first. We only have time for just a few, by the way. So, very good. All right. So, what we're going to do is, do you have a pen?
Okay.
All right. So, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and action.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kay Nicole Meredith. Today, we're definitely going to speak today on the matters and importance of having credit worthiness. And before we do that, is it all right today if I share with the class a little bit about who I am and where I'm from?
Sure.
Absolutely, great. My name is Kay Nicole, as I mentioned. I'm from a little city called Greenville, South Carolina. Some of you may have heard about it? You're from there?
I'm from there.
Oh, awesome. Okay, great. My mom stays around the White Horse area. So I'm wonderful.
Okay,
So,
try to speak louder, in your louder voice. Yeah.
Okay. So wonderful. Thanks for the input. Appreciate it. So today,
We'll take time out. This is a
Yeah,
coaching
we're lost
moment.
it.
Now, you're the brave one, but everyone's getting the lesson. And the folks at home, they're watching this lesson right here when we do the replays. So I want you guys to imagine that the stage is like a triangle. And this triangle on the front line has 3 lily pads. Okay, it's going to get kind of freaky in here. What I want you guys to do is to speak in 3 different points on the stage. So point number 1 is I'm going to speak to this side of the room, and notice I'm addressing everybody from over here, and I plant myself in this corner, right? But I'm walking, I'm talking, and I kind of plant myself in the middle, and again, I can pivot. My basketball skills are finally paying off, right? Right? But then also, don't forget about this side of the room, and I know we got a projector, so we're not using this point that much. But the whole idea is that you don't want to be stuck, frozen in one spot. You guys with me so far?
yes.
Superstar presenter, you with me?
Yes.
Okay. Now, another thing that we have is called the voice triangle. Okay? You got the high, the medium, and the low, right? So this one right here is called, who was paying attention? The stage triangle. And this one right here? Oh, very good. Okay, when when we do public speaking, we primarily want to start off in the high voice because everyone thinks they're speaking loud enough, but the camera doesn't lie. If we have time to do replays, you'll see for yourself. So basically, we want to speak in the high voice. This is your preacher voice, your seminar voice. Then of course you want to kind of tone it down, conversational, instructional. But also, have you ever noticed, somebody made you mad? You're like, how could you do this to me? How could you burn me like that? And what happens to your voice? It actually goes down, right? So I want you to use 3 different voices, but primarily today for this practice, we want to use mostly the high and the medium. But when you're doing your presentations at work or at school or for your business, we're going to use how many different voices?
3.
All right, very good. How many?
3.
Very good. You're keeping me on my toes. I see that. All right, so we'll do, just kind of take it from the background right there where, so my name is, and then kind of talk about your CC, which stands for?
Challenges and credibility.
Yes, very good. So my name is, and then kind of talk about the CC. But again, use these 2 tactics right here.
Okay.
All right, action.
So my name is Kay Nicole, and I actually, before I got started with this, I had one of the worst credit scores in the world. Anybody know anyone with less than perfect credit?
Good crowd participation.
Absolutely, definitely. So with that, I knew I had to do something about it if I wanted to be a first-time homeowner in Atlanta, Georgia. I didn't move here just for nothing, right?
Keep going. Stay in character. Remember, challenges and credibility.
Okay, okay. So when I moved here, I was actually homeless. That was one of the biggest challenges I had to deal with. But is it all right that we know people sometimes that can lend an extra room? Absolutely. So with that, we know that challenges are definitely going to come.
Okay. And that could be it. That could be it.
Yeah.
Good. 6 Flags is short, guys. It's 4 minutes. That's 4 minutes, right? Give a round of applause. All right, here we go. Whoosh! All right. Very good. Who wants to be the next? I know it's time for summer. Somebody can feel it. I feel it. But Samantha. All right. Here we go. And then you're next. Oh, very good. Yes. So you're gonna take it from the top. I love it. This is how you become an expert, guys. By going along for the ride. And at 6 Flags they take your picture.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. Here we go. So without further ado, we're just gonna get into the action. 3, 2, 1, and action.
Good morning. My name is Samantha Andrews, and you can call me that one time. Otherwise, it's Sam. So I prefer Sam. I'm going to talk to you guys about building trust because I think in everything in life you need to build trust, and you have to start within yourself.
Okay, and we'll take time out. We'll do a take two right now. And so we're in improv class. It's never about the words. So one thing we're going to do is we're going to get rid of all of this. We don't need it. Okay. We're going to connect and kind of walk around a little bit. Remember the 3 lily pads, right? The stage triangle, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to take from the top. It could be any words that come out. Really, we're not focusing on words. It's all about the dynamic delivery. But what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the high voice. And a little tip for you guys is you got to fill up your diaphragm and don't just release the air. Like pretend like you're at a restaurant. If a waitress is good or a waiter is good, they don't wait until you're all the way empty before they refill your cup of water, do they?
No.
They kind of wait until you're about 25% empty and then they'll refill you, right? So your diaphragm is what gives you the vocal power to go into the high voice, right? If I do this, I'm going to slowly release the air, and as I'm talking, I'm going to exchange words for air. When I'm about 25% out of air, I'm going to do what? Refill, right? And then that gives me vocal power again.
Okay.
All right, give it up for Samantha. Is that the best we can do? Give it up for Samantha. This is take two. Take two. And we're just going to do it with the loud voice and with the stage triangle. Just those 2 things. And don't think about the words. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and action.
All right, so in order to build trust with people, you have to start within yourself.
Even louder, even louder. I'm going to give you guys, here's a little timeout. I am the pebble in your shoe, okay? Annoying, but you keep walking, right? The mosquito on your burger. Dang, but you eat it anyway. You eat it anyway, right? True. Don't pay attention to me as I'm giving you subliminals, because I'm going to tell you little things to auto-correct you, but don't be like breaking character and say, what? Huh? Like, don't do none of that. Just listen with this ear, but try to implement it, but without thinking about it. I'll tell you things like more facial expressions. You know, what does that mean? Eyebrows, lips, open up. You know, you'll figure it out along the way. But if I tell you louder, louder, keep going louder until I stop saying that. All right, give it up for Samantha. Woo! Here we go. Take 3. 3, 2, 1. Super loud voice. Action.
In order to build trust with people, you have to start with yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, then nobody else will. So
Even louder. That's okay. Don't ignore the mosquito. Even louder. And then dynamic gestures. Talk with your hands.
2 years ago, I was a stay-at-home mom, and I filed for divorce actually on this day. I didn't believe in myself. I thought that I was going to be home by myself with my kids and living off of child support. So one day something awakened in me that I could do this. And so I set out on a career path that I was unsure of. And somehow I ended up at Motorworks as the customer service representative. Rob and Dave, the owners, instilled in me a passion that I could do it. And I began to believe in myself. And so now my job is to instill in my teammates that I can believe in them and they can believe in themselves as well.
It's getting better. It's getting better. It's getting better. It's getting better. Put it right here. Okay. There you go. Big round of applause. Everybody say small hinges.
Small hinges.
Swing big doors.
Swing big doors.
Right?
So true.
Tiny little adjustments, right? Just walking around. Didn't you feel a little bit better? Just kind of walking around? So obviously, you know, I don't expect you guys to be masters in like 30 seconds. I just expect you to come up here and go for the ride. It's Six Flags, right? You didn't invent the ride, right? So, and now we do have obviously a lot more training and practice that we would do in a 90-day boot camp. And some of you guys are at the corporate level. If you want us to come in and do a training for your staff, we'd love to do it. So without going into too much plugging, I just want you guys to know that we do provide other services than a 2-hour demo. All right, so I think we had next contestant right here. Come on up. Did you fill out your paper? Yes. Good. All right, so give it up for Stella. Beautiful, beautiful. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and action.
So, have you ever guys have a thought about how many donations are there in the world and we still have poverty? Have you ever think how much Americans are investing in a lot of countries and we still have poverty? So I question myself too,
Don't look at me.
and I basically tried to answer to that question through my career. So I basically went to the non-profit business to see what their donations are about, why they work, why they didn't work. After that I went into the Prime Minister's office and say I will work in the public policies, help people. And again, it's like stages, but still why we are stuck somewhere. So my idea of poverty came to a place, just give him
the mosquito. Damn, he's annoying, right? It's a pebble in my shoe, right? I keep going.
my English.
I'm also trying to put social pressure so
Thank
that
you.
we're trying to make it as hard as it's gonna get. Because in a real presentation, no one's gonna do this, mess with your head. You're gonna actually have more freedom up there. But we prepare for war-like conditions so that when we get into the war, it's like nothing, right? So there you go.
So I was telling you that I made this public job, private job, non-profit job. I had even a TV show on the TV station because I was thinking that this will really
Is that all we can do? Okay, that could, yes, we're still going? Keep going. Yeah. That's a mosquito, right? Ignore me, this is ignore it.
So the idea is like with all these TV shows and everything, I was trying to see how I can personally eradicate that poverty, and I come to an idea that it like worked for a while, and I think I can transform it into a social business. Basically what I think that we really have to give jobs to people and not donations. I do not think that donation work for a person to be to have the same level of opportunity as a person who is like just waiting all the time for something to come into their lives. So my idea is basically, imagine you are sitting on a couch, you are watching TV, and you are doing a good thing for the poverty, for the people in the world. How it sounds to you?
Great.
So, because it sounds awesome. We basically have a company in Moldova where 99% of people who are working for that company are women. They are producing luxury dresses for young girls, small girls. So imagine you have a daughter or a niece and you want to buy a dress. You'll go to the place where you know you are buying all the time dress from the same places. And I will tell you, buying this dress will change life of a kid in Moldova. So what you'll do, you will maybe change.
And when I do this, like wind it down in like about 10-15 seconds. So that just means like.
Yeah, I totally
Right.
understand. So
I didn't do that yet. I'm just heads up. I am doing that now.
okay. So the idea is like my social business or type of business is I want to explain to people that helping people having jobs, helping people helping their kids will help the world to eradicate poverty, other than just giving donations to non-profits who decide what is the future of their kids.
Very good. Big round of applause for Stella. Awesome. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay, so who was next right here? Yes, right here. Come right on up. And then we got one in the back. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and action.
Okay, my name is Cassie. I'm from a small state by the name of Connecticut. My parents are both from Jamaica, so that's where I get this, beautiful skin, I guess, that everybody say. But I wanted to touch bases on, I don't remember her name, but she was talking about poverty.
No problem. Here's what we're going to do. Let's take a little time out. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to start with the opening leg right there. And remember, instead of tell us your name in the background.
Okay.
And then what Stella was talking about, poverty, connect that in the background. But first, remember SNL, they start off with the opening leg, right? A little skit. So remember, I gave you some examples. There I was. Last night I was watching Anderson Cooper. Or how many people here, like a series of enrolling questions? Any one of those legs right there. And then you go to the preview. Well, great, because today I'm here to talk to you about, and then what's your XYZ. I'm going to cover this, this, and this. But before we do that, would it be okay if I just tell you a little bit about me? And then this is where you tell us your name, and then remember the CC.
Okay.
I know that was a lot. So here we go. Here we go. Let's do a take 2.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, and action.
Okay, guys. I wanted to, has anybody wanted to learn about financial literacy or credit restoration in college, high school, learn how to manage finances as adults?
Yes.
I have
Okay, let's take time out. So now, obviously, anytime I stop you guys, this is for the whole class. It's not just for you, right?
Okay.
So whenever we ask a question, it's usually a good idea to show the palm of our hands.
Okay.
This is called a trust badge. What's it called?
A trust badge.
Trust badge, right? So this says, no, I'm closed off, right? This says, I'm innocent, right? You want to connect with the audience, right? So what you want to do when you ask a question about the credit, right? You want to kind of give a little subtle NLP, subconscious, like, so how many people here, and you're doing this, like, I want you to raise your hand, right? You're doing the trust badge, right?
Okay.
And then remember, speak loud, and much louder than you did on the first two. Literally much louder than that. When I tell people much louder, they don't get it until they see it up there. Like, now I see what you mean. Scream at the audience. Literally. You mean scream? Yes. Scream at the audience. Try it. Let's see what happens. We're exploring our instrument right now. And don't think about the words. Be in a flow state. You're just going to start with whatever leg, and then you're just going to trust your mind that it's going to come up with the words. It's improv class. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and action.
Okay, guys, who in here have learned about financial literacy or credit restoration in college, high school?
There you go. Even louder. Yeah.
Okay.
Second question. Follow-up question.
Okay, have you guys implemented what you have learned in school? I mean, in school and college now, have you guys implemented that in your life today?
Scream at us. Yeah, literally.
Okay.
Try it. Scream at us.
I'm going to tell you a little story about myself. I am 26 years old. When I graduated high school, I didn't know anything about credit. I didn't know anything about financial literacy. So when I got my first credit card at 18,
That's what I'm looking
it was
for.
like $500 on there,
Yep.
and I maxed it out.
That's what I'm looking for.
So now that's
That's what I'm
affecting
looking
me,
for. Yep.
my credit score now, because
That's what I'm looking for.
I didn't know that knowledge when I graduated high
Good
school.
gestures, good
And
gestures,
I
good
think it's
gestures.
important that you guys, if you have children, find out the information
that's
that
what
you
I'm
need
looking
to learn to figure out what financial literacy means and what credit means, because it's very important to instill that in their minds before they become adults, so they won't make the same mistakes that we did, like maxing out a credit card at 18 years old, like I did. Back to what Samantha was saying, she said that poverty is why are we doing donations and poverty is still high? The reason why is because we don't learn financial literacy. We're not being taught that in school now. So I think that if that was now my company is called Financial Education Services, and what we are doing is we have a scholarship fund. So what we do is we go into schools, and at no cost to them, we go and give them a curriculum to teach their students, up to 35 students, and give them $500, and teach financial literacy to them. And once they finish the curriculum, they are required to write an essay of what they learned and how to implement it in their life. And we just came back from Vegas. We gave a student $25,000 worth of scholarships to go to school.
Wow, that's
So
awesome.
yes, that's not being taught in school. So I'm really passionate about it because. Oh, sorry.
No, so you guys know. So you're landing the plane in about 10 seconds.
Okay,
So
okay.
that's okay. You're good. Go ahead and plug if you have a company or website. This would be the time. So in the next 10 seconds, because we got to get good at like elevator pitches, 30-second pitches.
Right,
So in the
yeah.
next 10 to 20 seconds, you can plug your business. Here we go.
Okay, to find out what I was just speaking about, financial literacy, credit restoration, you can visit my website, www.winwithcoachcassie.com.
Awesome.
Very good. Excellent. So we learned a lot. Stage triangle, voice triangle, right? Here we
Hi
go.
again, guys. So today we're going to talk about building empathy, learning how to build empathy, but from a business point of view. So empathy changed my life in a way. So when I was young, I fell and I broke my teeth. And when I broke my teeth, it was right after I had my permanent teeth, so it was a very big problem, as you might think. And I struggled going to different dentists and all that. And the first dentist who had professional skills, like technical, coupled to empathy, and who listened to me and put himself in my shoes, was my superhero. And I became a dentist. And today I'm a dentist. Wow. And I thought that I had this message in my head, and I've been thinking about it. You can be the best professional you want to be, like technical skills-wise, professionally. But if you don't have empathy, if you cannot put yourself in people's shoes and try, even if you, we always can say, I understand what you feel, but we don't understand. We do not understand until we are in this situation. So we try to understand, in fact. And at least we communicate that to people, and we try to tell them, I try to put myself in your shoes, and I try to picture or try to feel what you're going through. And I believe that building empathy is not only interpersonal skill, it's a business skill as well and a professional skill.
Very good. Oh man. Give it up for Linda!
Hi everybody, it's great to be here. And I'm passionate about awakening you to who you really are. So you can go from just merely surviving to thriving. Who would like to thrive?
Very good expression, very good expression.
Who feels like they're just surviving? Do you feel as though you've done everything in your power and you should actually have more than you have now? I mean, isn't it frustrating? Don't you reach a point where you're like, well, what the heck else is there to do? Okay. Do you mind if I tell you a little bit about my situation?
Please.
I had done everything. I mean, I was a successful marketing person. I had a great relationship. I had all kinds of friends. I would two-step in the morning. I would work out in the morning. I would two-step at night, and then boom, I'm struck with illness. No sooner am I struck with illness, my parents are struck with illness. My mom's diagnosed with Alzheimer's. My dad with a paralyzing stroke. My world is falling apart. I go back to New York to try to help them out, and my partner leaves me. Leaves me. She jumps ship. Yeah, it's like, okay, the ship is going down, and she jumps it, leaves me alone. And it's like, what the heck? I turn around, like, I try, I do my best. I did my best with my parents, moved them to a nursing home here, and I'm talking a 6-year period, okay? And then dad passes away, and mom's about ready to pass away. And I'm like, okay, I put so much time and energy into these people, I need to find something else. So I started volunteering at a shelter, a group home for medically fragile children. And I fell in love. I fell in love with 2 little kids. You know how like when you volunteer at the dog shelters, you bring pets home? I wanted to bring kids to connection. I couldn't believe the love I was feeling for these kids. Did it happen? I became a foster parent. I went through all kinds of things. The state of Georgia rejected me because I was on disability. And they're like, disabled people can't take care of other people if they can't take care of themselves. I said, what? Okay. I mean, I was at rock bottom. And then I see some kind of course that said something about meditation. Never fathomed. I ended up taking this course. From there, I went to India. From there, I took all kinds of things about the brain. And I'm thriving. I'm a totally different person. Who here wants to awaken to you?
Yes.
All right, very good. That was awesome. One time, guys, give it up for my superstar lineup here this morning. Is that the best we could do? Come on, give it up. One time. Woo! Woo!
Hi, I'm Adrienne Wells-Lucas. I'm the president of the Wells Luxury Group, and I joined Atlanta Public Speaking. I found it on a meetup, and I can tell whoever is watching this, it is absolutely amazing. And personally, what it has done for me is continue to help build my confidence, really focus on your own personal objective. Ariel does that, and he helps you bring out the best in you. I will tell you that he just recently helped me with a project that I'm working on, a speaking engagement, and we worked on it on a Saturday. I made it live on a Sunday, and I sold out on Tuesday, and just 2 days. He's just amazing. I love it. And if you're looking to build your confidence, if you're looking to learn a lot more than just speaking, but some marketing tools, how to focus on your delivery, this is the class for you.
The most invaluable thing was actually jumping in and trying to get myself a little bit uncomfortable and learning to watch my confidence grow by doing that, and on top of that stacking different skills. And Ariel has definitely helped me do that and achieve that. I've only been to 5 classes, and I can say it's definitely made an improvement in my presentation and also my conversational skills. So come on down and stack your skills up.
So guys, I've been having a great time at the boot camp. It's been going well. He's taught us a lot of marketing, a lot of business, and a lot of sales. One thing that I think that is really important for me as a millennial is that I can use the videos and footage that we shot in class and I was able to post it on my social media, and I actually was using it for a meetup, and I've got a lot of good feedback from social media and from meetups. So definitely, if you guys are interested, I say go ahead and make a commitment today, and Ariel will be definitely a great benefit to your life and a great instructor for public speaking.
Hi, my name is Fernando Izquierdo. I work for Hewlett Packard, and to be honest, I signed up with Atlanta Public Speaking because of my wife. So I was not very convinced, but I can tell you that I have learned quite a few things here, very interesting things.
I went ahead and went through with it. I got out of my comfort zone, and boy, am I glad I did. I've spent the last 5 or 6 hours learning so much. I was able to create a digital product that at 8 this morning I didn't have any confidence in being able to do. But with Ariel's coaching, I was able to get through my stage fright, so to speak, and I've learned how to create a digital product, learned how to capture leads, learn how to get this onto a website and monetize it. So if you're considering any kind of service that Ariel provides, I highly recommend it. It has worked wonders for me.
The videos that he took in our presentations, I actually presented at my daily job, and I saw how I could influence those presentation skills with his teachings, and it helped me a lot in my career. So I want to recommend it to anyone that wants to improve, and Ariel is the greatest.
I learned so much working with Ariel. It's been a great experience, and I've learned to have much more confidence than what I had before. And Ariel actually gives you the tools that you need to help you modify some of the things that may need just a little bit of tweaking, and he gives you great tools to help you excel and to really change some of those things that will make you better. I also appreciated him giving me tips on how to create my website, how to make it better, meeting places, how to actually have an attractive product. And he is patient. Lord knows he is so patient. And he was patient the whole way through as he gave me the keys that I needed to become a better speaker. I would definitely recommend him. If you're on the fence, please, I'm telling you, he is the right person to help you get over the hump, to help you get over your fears. And he gives you the tools. I call them the small tricks of the trade that someone may not tell you, on how to actually get clients, how people come to you, how people interested in what you have to say. So it's been a journey for me, and I have learned so much on how to perfect my gift, and that is how he sees each individual. He sees that individual as an individual with their own individual gifts. So I ask you to please contact Ariel at Atlanta Public Speaking and get started fulfilling your dreams today.